Luka, Reeves, and Connect have been awesome recently. Luka, Reeves, and Connect have been putting up some of the most impressive numbers I have seen from a trio this season. It's not just one of them carrying the load either. They're all producing at a level that's keeping the Lakers in the conversation night after night. Luka's been pouring in 30.8 points per game in March, but what makes it stand out even more is how Reeves has stepped up right alongside him. In the games without LeBron this season, Reeves has averaged 28.4 points himself. That's nearly 60 points combined between them, and Connect's been contributing as well, adding double digits consistently, including 10 points by halftime in that recent matchup against the Spurs. Between the three of them, they combined for 33 points, 7 rebounds, and 8 assists by halftime in that game. That's just in 24 minutes of action. What makes their production even more impressive is how well-rounded they've all been. Luka's pulling down 9 rebounds a game this month, but Reeves isn't far off when he's getting his minutes. He's averaging 6.7 boards when LeBron's been out, and Connect's grabbing 3 per game in those same stretches. They're combining for nearly 19 rebounds on any given night, which is massive for a backcourt-heavy lineup. The assists are rolling in too. Luka's dishing out 9.5 assists per game, but Reeves is finding his teammates for 8.7 a night when LeBron sits. That means they're combining for close to 19 assists between the two, and Connect's chipping in with a couple of his own. In that Spurs game, Luka had 3 assists by halftime, Reeves had 3, and Connect added 2. They're keeping the ball moving, and it's leading to easier looks across the board. Then there's the shooting. Luka's knocking down 4.4 threes per game on 39.8% shooting from beyond the arc. That's already a tough cover, but Connect's taking it even further. Among all rookies, Connect's pull-up three-point percentage is a ridiculous 46.2%. That's not just good, that's top in the league for his class. It gives them spacing that allows both Luka and Reeves to drive and kick or attack the paint without a crowded floor. Speaking of attacking, Luka's been getting to the line constantly since the All-Star break. He's drawn 87 free throw attempts in that span, ranking him 4th in the league behind Paolo Banchero, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and James Harden. It's not just Luka though. Reeves is making a huge impact in that area too, especially on spot-ups. He's drawing fouls on 3.5% of his spot-up attempts, which puts him tied with Karl Anthony Towns for 3rd in the entire league. That combination of Luka forcing contact on drives and Reeves getting defenders to bite on closeouts makes it hard for opponents to defend them without fouling. Connect's efficiency doesn't end with his shooting percentages. His offensive rating among rookies is 112.4, placing him 5th overall. That means he's making the most of his possessions. He's not forcing shots, but when he takes them, he's converting. When you combine that with Luka's isolation efficiency, his effective field goal percentage on ISOs is 55.9%, good for 4th best in the league behind Kevin Durant, Zach LaVine, and Paul George. You have 2 guys who can score efficiently in isolation, and a 3rd who spaces the floor at an elite level. Defensively, all 3 are showing up too. Luka's defensive rating, post-All-Star break, is 102.2. That's the 3rd best on the team, behind Rui Hachimura and Tobias Harris. Reeves isn't far behind, with a defensive rating of 102.9. Connect is doing his part on that end too, especially when defending off-ball screen actions. He's giving up just 0.53 points per possession in those situations. That's the best mark in the league, even better than guys like Kevin Durant and Peyton Watson. Reeves has also been making his presence felt by drawing charges. He's taken 16 charges this season, which ranks him 5th in the entire league. Those are momentum-changing plays. And when you combine that with Luka's 21 steals since the break, 4th most in the league, you start to see how active they all are on the defensive end. Luka's in passing lanes, Reeves is stepping in to take charges, and Connect is locking down guys off screens. By the way, if you guys want to watch a more fun style of video, I started a new channel. For the first video, I did every NBA championship explained. So of course I talk about all the Lakers teams, Wilts, Magics, Kobe, LeBron. I left a link to the first video in the description, pinned comment, and I'll leave a link at the end of this video if you want to finish this one first. I genuinely appreciate if you could check this channel out. Thanks. Anyways, the Lakers. In terms of overall defensive impact, it's impressive to see all 3 contributing in different ways. Luka's got the size and strength to hold his ground and rack up steals. Reeves brings the hustle and awareness to take charges and contest shots without fouling. Connect is quietly shutting down actions off the ball, keeping his man from getting easy looks. It's not just their offense carrying them right now, it's a complete effort on both sides. When you look at their combined impact, it's hard to find many trios doing what they're doing right now. Luka's averaging almost 31 points, 9 rebounds, and nearly 10 assists in March. Reeves, in LeBron's absence, is nearly matching him with 28 points, close to 9 assists, and almost 7 rebounds. Connect is spacing the floor, shooting nearly 50% on pull-up threes, and locking down on defense. Together, they're filling every role the team needs. What makes it even more wild is how balanced they are within games. In that game against San Antonio, Luka had 12 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists by halftime. Reeves had 11 points, 2 boards, and 3 assists. Connect added 10 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. There's no one guy taking over every possession. They're spreading it around, finding the open man, and making the most of their touches. Luka's ability to get to the line nearly 9 times a game since the break has forced teams to focus on him, and that opens the floor for Reeves and Connect. Reeves' ability to knock down spot-ups and draw contact makes him tough to close out on. Connect's range and efficiency make him a constant threat from deep. That spacing makes life easier for everyone. And it's not just about scoring. The rebounds are spread out too. Luka's 9 a game are huge, but when Reeves adds nearly 7 and Connect pulls down 3 or more, they're dominating the glass as a group. They're not relying on just their bigs to clean up misses. The same goes for playmaking. Luka's nearly 10 assists a night are a big reason the offense flows. But Reeves' 8+ assists without LeBron show he's fully capable of running the offense too. Connect chips in with secondary playmaking, finding cutters and hitting shooters in rhythm. When you add it all up, it's been a complete performance from all 3 of them. Luka with the scoring, rebounding, playmaking, steals, and defensive rating among the best on the team. Reeves with his scoring when LeBron's out, his ability to draw charges, his spot up and 1 frequency, and his defensive effort. Connect with his rookie leading pull-up shooting percentage, his top 5 offensive rating, and his lockdown defense on off-ball screen actions. Together, they're giving the Lakers a level of production that's tough to match. Luka's numbers are historic for a Lakers guard. No one's put together this many consecutive 20-point games since Kobe Bryant in 2013. Reeves is putting up all-star level numbers whenever he's needed to step up. Connect is quietly playing some of the most efficient basketball of any rookie in the league. They're filling up the box score, locking in on defense, and doing it all at the same time. Luka, Reeves, and Connect are putting together one of the most well-rounded, stat-stuffed stretches of the season, and the numbers are telling the whole story. But when you dive deeper into the advanced stats, you can see how great the trio has been. Let's start with their scoring. Luka's leading the way with 27.5 points per game, a number that puts him ahead of 99% of players in the league, but it's the efficiency behind that scoring that really stands out. His true shooting percentage is 57.6%, which shows he's not just getting volume, he's getting quality. Reeves is backing that up with his own true shooting percentage of 59.5%. And when you put that next to Dalton Connect's 59.1%, you start to see why this group is so tough to defend. They're all scoring at different volumes, but the efficiency stays high across the board. Reeves is averaging 19.4 points per game, which puts him ahead of 91% of players in the league, and his scoring efficiency is nearly identical to Luka's. Reeves is making 3.6 two-pointers and 2.6 three-pointers per game on 14 shots a night. And Connect, with his 9.5 points per game on 7.5 attempts, is turning in some of the most efficient numbers among rookies. His effective field goal percentage is 57.7%, which is the highest of the trio and better than most veterans. Combine that with his true shooting percentage of 59.1%, and it's clear that Connect's not wasting a single possession. It's not just about individual efficiency either. When these 3 share the floor, their combined scoring is coming from all over. Luka's putting up 5.8 2-point field goals and 3.4 3-point field goals per game. That's heavy volume, but Reeves complements it perfect. His 2-point field goals sit at 3.6 per game, while his 3-pointers are right there at 2.6 a night. Connect adds another 1.8 2-point field goals and 1.7 threes every game. Altogether, they're combining for over 16 made field goals a night, split almost evenly between 2s and 3s. The balance keeps the defense guessing and creates constant scoring pressure. And when it comes to getting to the line, Luka's still doing the heavy lifting. He's averaging 7.4 free throw attempts per game, which puts him near the top of the league in that category. But Reeves isn't far behind, drawing 5 free throw attempts per night himself. Connect might not get to the line as often, with just over 1 attempt per game, but his shooting percentages make up for it. Together, they're combining for almost 14 free throw attempts every night, and they're converting those chances efficiently. That kind of free throw production gives the Lakers steady points. even when the shots aren't falling from the field. Their points per scoring attempt numbers are another place where they shine. All three of them are averaging 1.2 points per scoring attempt. That's not a coincidence. Whether it's Luka's 20.7 field goal attempts, Reeves' 14, or Connect's 7.5, each of them is maximizing their opportunities. There's no wasted motion and no wasted shots. They're getting good looks, and they're making teams pay for giving them any space. By the way, if you guys enjoy these deep dives, I'll be posting every day during this season. I genuinely appreciate if you could subscribe. Thanks. Anyways, the trio, Luka's effective field goal percentage of 52.6% reflects the kind of shots he's taking. Lots of high difficulty looks, step backs, and contested shots. Reeves, at 53.6% EFG, is showing more balance between threes, mid-range jumpers, and drives to the rim. Connect's 57.7% EFG is elite for his role, and it's why his scoring feels so effortless at times. He's taking the shots defenses give him and hitting them at one of the highest rates among rookies. When you dig into where their points are coming from, Luka's leading in overall production, but Reeves and Connect are doing their share without needing as many touches. Luka's 27.5 points come on a mix of inside scoring, three-pointers, and trips to the free throw line. Reeves' 19.4 points are boosted by his ability to draw fouls and convert from distance. Connect's 9.5 points come with fewer attempts, but his efficiency means every shot he takes has a chance to hurt opponents. Compared to the rest of the league, Luka's scoring puts him above 99% of players. Reeves ranks higher than 91%, and Connect, despite playing fewer minutes, is scoring more than 64% of players. But when you add in their efficiency numbers, all three start to climb the ranks. Reeves, with a true shooting percentage of 59.5%, is ahead of 72% of players in efficiency. Connect, at 59.1%, is ahead of 69%. Luka, with his 57.6% true shooting, is still better than 60% of players, even while carrying one of the league's highest usage rates. Their points per field goal made are another place where they're consistent. Luka and Reeves are both sitting at 1 points per field goal. Connect is slightly higher, averaging 1.2 points per field goal. That number reflects how well they're all converting their looks, whether it's at the rim, from mid-range, or beyond the arc. Even their shot distribution highlights the balance they bring. Luka's 20.7 field goal attempts per game are split between 5.82s and 3.43s. Reeves' 14 attempts are split between 3.62s and 2.63. Connect's 7.5 attempts include 1.82s and 1.73s. That distribution means teams can't sag off anyone, and it forces the defense to cover the entire floor. And when you look at their combined percentages, they're all shooting at levels that make it nearly impossible to focus on just one player. Luka's effective field goal percentage of 52.6% might be the lowest of the three, but that's because he's taking the toughest shots. Reeves and Connect are playing off of that, getting cleaner looks and converting at higher rates. 53.6% for Reeves and 57.7% for Connect. The free throw rates tell a similar story. Luka's 7.4 attempts show he's still the primary driver of contact and whistles, but Reeves is getting to the line 5 times a night, and Connect is chipping in with his trips as well. That constant pressure wears down opposing defenses, and it shows in late game situations when teams struggle to keep up. Their combined scoring efficiency makes them one of the most balanced and dangerous trios in the league. Luka's heavy usage and scoring volume, Reeves' ability to play off-ball and on-ball with nearly identical efficiency, and Connect's spot-up shooting and smart shot selection create an offense that's always flowing. Every time Luka draws a double team, Reeves or Connect is ready to punish it. And every time Reeves attacks a closeout or Connect spots up, Luka's there to find them in rhythm. Their 1.2 points per scoring attempt across the board is a massive reason the Lakers' offense has been so tough to slow down. It's rare to find one player with that kind of efficiency. Having all three of them delivering that kind of production makes them nearly impossible to guard. They're scoring in different ways, but the result is the same. Luka brings the heavy scoring load and draws attention on every possession. Reeves complements him with versatile scoring, high efficiency, and the ability to get to the line. Connect rounds it out with elite shooting, smart decision making, and an ability to maximize limited touches. This trio's advanced scoring numbers don't just look good on paper, they translate into real production on the court. They're putting up points efficiently, keeping defenses spread, and making the most of every possession. Luka's 27.5 points per game on 20.7 shots, with a 57.6% true shooting percentage. Reeves 19.4 points on 14 shots with 59.5% true shooting. Connects 9.5 points on 7.5 shots with 59.1% true shooting. They're all delivering at elite levels. And when you combine their scoring, efficiency, and shot distribution, it's no surprise why they've become one of the most reliable and dangerous scoring groups in the league right now. Every number backs it up. And they also swing the rock at an elite level. Luka's ball handling rating is sitting at 98%, putting him ahead of nearly every player in the league. He's managing 23.9 scoring attempts plus turnovers per game. And even with that heavy responsibility, he's only turning the ball over 3.8 times a night. His turnover percentage is just 10.6%. That means out of every 100 plays he finishes, whether it's a shot or a turnover, only about 11 of them end in a mistake. That's impressive, considering how much he's asked to create. Reeves has been almost as reliable. His ball handling rating is 95%, ahead of 95% of players in the league. He's averaging 16.3 scoring attempts plus turnovers per game and only turning it over 2.4 times. That brings his turnover percentage to 9.89%, which is better than Luka's. Reeves' ability to handle the ball under pressure without giving it away has been a huge part of keeping their offense flowing, especially when Luka's off the floor or working off the ball. And then there's Connect. He might not have the ball in his hands as often, but when he does, he's keeping things tight. His turnover percentage is only 5.24%, which ranks better than 93% of players in the league. Even with an assist percentage of 6.29%, he's adding value by not wasting possessions. He's averaging just 0.5 turnovers per game on 8 scoring attempts plus turnovers. That's about as clean as it gets. When you add up their assist numbers, Luka's leading with 7.8 assists per game, setting up 18.7 points a night. Reeves is adding 5.9 assists, directly contributing to another 14.2 points per game. Connect's numbers are smaller at 0.9 assists per game, but that's still 2.1 points assisted on top of his scoring. Together, they're combining for 14.6 assists per game and generating over 34 points per game just from their passing. Their assist rates show how they're distributing the ball when they're on the floor. Luka's assist percentage is 34.96%. That means over a third of his teammates' made field goals are coming from his passes when he's on the court. Reeves is at 25.13%. 1 out of every 4 teammate makes is coming off a pass from him. Connect's assist rate might be lower at 6.29%, but for his role as a spot-up shooter and off-ball mover, that's expected. The real story is how they're managing to create offense without turning it over. Luka's turnover percentage of 10.6% might be the highest of the three, but given his volume, 7.8 assists, and 23.9 actions per game, it's still incredibly efficient. Reeves has a lower turnover percentage at 9.89%, which shows he's taking care of the ball even while making plays for others. Connect 5.24% turnover rate is elite, especially for a rookie. Their combined turnover numbers are equally solid. Luka turns it over 3.8 times per game, Reeves 2.4, and Connect just half a turnover a game. That's a total of 6.7 turnovers between them on an average of 48 scoring attempts, plus turnovers, for 3 ball handlers combining for nearly 15 assists and over 35 points of their own scoring. That turnover number is low, and they're not just passing to rack up numbers, they're generating points. Luka's 7.8 assists result in 18.7 points per game. Reeves' 5.9 assists produce 14.2 points. Connect's assists add another 2.1 points. Those combined 34 points created by assists make their playmaking a huge part of why the Lakers' offense runs so smoothly. And because all 3 of them take care of the ball, they're not giving up easy transition points to opponents. Luka's 98% ranking in ball handling puts him in rare company. He's among the top 2% of ball handlers in the league, and it shows in his ability to make plays, control the pace, and break down defenses. Reeves is just a step behind, ranking better than 95% of players. His ability to be a secondary initiator, run the offense, and make plays off the dribble gives the Lakers flexibility in how they attack defenses. Connect might rank in the 31st percentile in ball handling, but for a player who spends most of his time off the ball, that's more than enough. He's not being asked to break defenders down, but when he does put the ball on the floor, he's making smart decisions. Even when looking at their scoring attempts, Luka's volume is massive, 23.9 actions per game that end in either a shot or a turnover. Reeves follows with 16.3 and Connects at 8. Luka's the primary decision maker Reeves fills that secondary creator role, and Connect takes on low turnover, efficient playmaking when called upon. And these numbers don't exist in a vacuum. Luka's assist percentage of 34.96% ranks him higher than 97% of players. Reeves's 25.13% ranks better than 87%. Connect's 6.29% might be lower, but it's better than 12% of players, and he's not turning the ball over. That turnover percentage of 5.24% is better than 93% of the league. That's the trade-off. They're not relying on Connect to be a high-volume playmaker, but when he's asked to make a play, he's not coughing it up. The balance between their assist rates and turnover percentages is why they're so effective as a group. Luka's creating the most plays, assisting on nearly 35% of teammate baskets while keeping his turnovers manageable. Reeves is assisting on 1 in every 4 makes, while maintaining an even lower turnover percentage. Connect's providing spot-up shooting, off-ball movement, and secondary passing without adding risk to their possessions. Their combined passing numbers are driving a big part of the Lakers' offense. Luka's 7.8 assists and 18.7 points created by his passing put him near the top of all primary playmakers in the league. Reeves adding nearly 6 assists and 14 points created makes him one of the best secondary ball handlers out there. Connect might only add 2 points a game through his passing, but when you factor in his turnover rate, he's not giving anything back. Turnover percentages tell the story of their control. Luka's at 10.6%, Reeves at 9.89, and Connect at 5.24. That gives the Lakers multiple ball handlers who can create offense without risking turnovers. It's a huge reason why their offense stays efficient and doesn't give teams extra possessions. The scoring attempts plus turnovers metric highlights the role each of them plays. Luka's 23.9 actions per game lead the way. He's the primary decision maker, tasked with scoring and playmaking. Reeves is next at 16.3, stepping up as a reliable secondary option. Connect's 8 per game round out the trio, providing efficient, low turnover production that keeps the offense flowing. Their combined ability to create, pass, and protect the ball makes them one of the most balanced trios in terms of ball handling this season. Luka's elite creation and control, Reeves' ability to make plays without mistakes, and Connect's low turnover, efficient ball use give them a 3-headed attack that's hard to disrupt. And the advanced numbers back it all up. Whether it's assist percentages, turnover rates, or points created through passing, they're producing at a level few trios can match. And all these numbers are clear when you look at their ratings. The ratings for Luka, Reeves, and Connect this season tell a really clear story about how much impact they're having every time they step on the court. Whether it's offensive efficiency, defensive contributions, or how the team performs when they're on versus off the floor, the numbers are all there. Luka's presence has been huge, and it shows in both his advanced ratings and his mixed teamwork score. Reeves is backing that up with a well-rounded profile of his own, and Connect's numbers, while a little lower, still show solid contributions, especially for his role and experience. Luka's offensive rating is sitting at 119.4. That means when he's on the floor, the team's scoring at a rate of nearly 120 points per 100 possessions. It's a huge number and ranks him among the top 5% of players in the entire league. Reeves is not far behind. His offensive rating is 117.2, which places him higher than 89% of the league. Connect's offensive rating is 114.6, which might be a little lower, but it's still solid, especially when you look at how he fits into the lineup and the spacing he provides. What stands out about Luka's net rating is how dominant it is. He's got a net rating of plus 9.3. That means the Lakers outscore opponents by 9.3 points per 100 possessions when Luka is on the floor. Reeves' net rating is plus 3.8. That's solid, showing that the team is still outscoring opponents at a respectable rate when he's out there. Connect's defensive rating might drag him down a bit. He's sitting at 117.1, but his offensive rating of 114.6 keeps his contribution steady. When you put these three together, their combined impact is easy to see. Luka's defensive rating is 110.1, which is better than Reeves' 113.4 and Connect's 117.1. But the combination of Luka's defense and Reeves' steady presence balances things out. Luka's net rating of plus 9.3 and Reeves' plus 3.8 gives the Lakers a clear edge when they're on the court together. Even Connect, despite his negative net rating, provide spacing and offense that keeps defenses honest. Their mixed teamwork ratings show how much their presence helps the team overall. Luka's mixed teamwork rating is 95%, better than 95% of all players. Reeves is sitting at 89%. That puts him higher than nearly 9 out of 10 players in the league. Connect's mixed teamwork rating is 34%. It's lower, but for a rookie playing in a more limited role, it's not surprising. His job is to provide efficient offense and spacing, and he's doing just that. Games with positive plus-minus percentages also back this up. Luka has a positive plus-minus in 66.7% of the games he's played. Reeves is at 54.2%. Connect's percentage isn't listed, but the numbers suggest he's had a steady mix of impact. Luka's on-off split tells a lot about his value. When he's on the floor, the Lakers are outscoring opponents by 7.7 points per 100 possessions compared to when he's off. Reeves has an on-off split of plus 2.7. That's still a positive margin and shows his impact, though not quite on Luka's level. Connect's on-off numbers aren't listed directly, but his overall ratings point to a player who makes the offense better. Even if the defense takes a hit, the offensive ratings of all three together give the Lakers a strong foundation. Luka's 119.4, Reeves's 117.2, and Connect's 114.6 average out to a trio that's scoring effectively when they share the floor. Their ability to keep the offense humming, regardless of who has the ball, gives the Lakers consistent production. On the defensive side, Luka's 110.1 defensive rating shows he's providing solid resistance on that end, which isn't always expected from a high-usage offensive player. Reeves's 113.4 is decent, keeping him respectable on defense while carrying a scoring and playmaking load. Connect's 117.1 defensive rating is where he struggles most, but his offensive contributions help balance things out. Net ratings show the combined strength of their efforts. Luka's plus 9.3 net rating is elite. Reeves's plus 3.8 is above average. Connect's net rating isn't directly stated, but we can infer from his defensive and offensive numbers that he's not adding a ton to the net rating column, though his offensive impact keeps him valuable in the right lineups. The mixed teamwork score highlights their influence beyond individual stats. Luka's 95% mixed teamwork rating reflects how much better the team plays when he's on the court. Reeves, at 89%, also brings a noticeable bump in team performance. Connect's 34% shows there's still room for growth, but his role is less about driving team results on his own and more about fitting in and executing. Their impact on the game is consistent across these numbers. Luka leads the trio in offensive rating, defensive rating, net rating, and on-off differential. Reeves follows as the secondary contributor in all these categories, while Connect rounds out the group with solid offense and spacing. Even with different roles and levels of experience, they're combining to give the Lakers a strong core. When they're on the court together, Luka's playmaking and scoring carry the load. Reeves provides secondary creation and spacing, and Connect knocks down open shots while drawing defenders away from the paint. Luka's defensive rating of 110.1 helps offset any issues when Reeves or Connect are targeted on that end. Reeves's on-off split of plus 2.7 shows he's helping the team maintain an advantage even when Luka isn't handling everything. Luka's plus 7.7 on-off points difference is one of the best in the league. It means the Lakers are nearly 8 points better per 100 possessions when he's out there compared to when he's not. Reeves's plus 2.7 is a clear positive, showing that his time on the court makes a difference in the team's margin. Connect's role becomes even more important when looking at how he fits into the lineup. His offensive rating of 114.6 means he's contributing positively when it comes to scoring. And although his defensive rating of 117.1 is a weak spot, it's not crippling when he's playing alongside stronger defenders like Luka or Hachimura. Looking at their games with positive plus-minus percentages, Luka's 66.7% is a major reason the Lakers are winning games. More than 2/3 of the time, his presence on the court results in a positive margin. Reeves is still over 50% in this category, which is strong for a player in his role. Connect's numbers aren't specified, but his offensive efficiency and role suggest he's contributing to positive outcomes, especially when he's surrounded by high-impact teammates. The trio's ratings tell a story of balance and impact. Luka's elite numbers across offensive and defensive ratings, net rating, and on-off splits make him the anchor. Reeves's strong numbers complement Luka's, providing reliable playmaking and spacing. Connect's offensive rating and shooting give them another option that stretches defenses and opens lanes. Their combined ratings support what the eye test shows. The Lakers are a better team when these three are on the court. Luka's elite net rating of plus 9.3 drives the team's success. Reeves's plus 3.8 keeps the margin positive when Luka connects offensive contributions ensure the team doesn't stall on that end. All of their mixed teamwork ratings give a complete picture. Luka's 95% ranking proves he's one of the most impactful players in the league. Reeves at 89% shows he's right there as a major contributor. Connects at 34% suggests he's still developing. But even now, he's playing a role in maintaining offensive efficiency. From offensive ratings near 120 to defensive ratings that keep them competitive, to net ratings showing a consistent advantage over opponents, Luka, Reeves, and Connect are combining to deliver results. Every number backs up the impact they've had, and together they form a trio that's giving the Lakers a clear edge night after night. But I do want to look at their usage. Luka's usage rate is sitting at 33.4%, which puts him ahead of 98% of players in the league. He's the engine. Almost every third Lakers possession is ending with Luka taking a shot, drawing a foul, handing out an assist, or occasionally turning it over. And yet, he's doing all that while maintaining high efficiency and keeping the offense flowing. Reeves is playing off Luka perfect. His usage rate is 23.7%, which is higher than 82% of players. That means nearly 1 in every 4 offensive possessions ends with Reeves making something happen, whether he's pulling up for a jumper, driving to the basket and drawing contact, or setting up teammates with his 5.9 assists per game. Reeves has carved out a vital role as a secondary creator. Then there's Connect, whose usage rate is 18.3%, putting him higher than 56% of players. He's not the first option, but when the ball swings to him, he's aggressive and efficient. With 7.5 field goal attempts per game and an extra 1.1 free throw attempts, Connect isn't hesitating when it's his turn to make a play. Together, they're balancing offensive responsibilities really well. Luka's carrying the biggest workload, taking 20.7 shots per game, getting to the free throw line 7.4 times, dishing out 7.8 assists, and turning it over 3.8 times. That's a massive number of actions, almost 40 plays per game, where he's deciding the outcome. Reeves is right behind him in terms of making things happen. He's putting up 14 field goal attempts, drawing 5 free throw attempts, delivering 5.9 assists, and keeping turnovers low at 2.4. That's 27 plays a game where Reeves is making a direct impact. Connect is getting his touches too, 7.5 shots, over 1 trip to the free throw line, and just under 1 assist per game, with only half a turnover. His actions total 10 plays per game, which might sound small next to Luka and Reeves, but when you look at how efficient he is with those possessions, it's clear why he's such an important piece. In terms of possessions played, Luka's averaging 73.1 per game. That's a massive load, and it shows how often he's out there, directing traffic and controlling the offense. Reeves isn't far behind, with 70.8 possessions played per game. He's logging big minutes and taking on a significant share of the team's offensive workload while keeping everything running smoothly. Connect's 41.4 possessions played per game are a little lower, but his impact within those minutes is undeniable. The way their usage rates complement each other is what makes the Lakers' offense work. Luka's 33.4% usage means defenses are always keyed in on him. But when they do, Reeves is right there to take advantage. His 23.7% usage lets him create off the dribble or work as a spot-up shooter, depending on what the team needs. Connect's 18.3% usage gives them another outlet who doesn't force anything, but makes defenses pay when they rotate late. The volume and balance are clear in their actions. Luka's 20.7 shots and 7.8 assists give him a ton of influence over how the Lakers score. Reeves' 14 shots and nearly 6 assists do the same, just in a different role. Connect's 7.5 shots keep the floor spaced and give the team another efficient scorer who rarely turns it over. Luka's turnovers sit at 3.8, Reeves at 2.4, and Connect at just half a turnover per game. Combined, they're keeping mistakes to a minimum, even though Luka's handling a massive number of plays. What makes this trio so effective is how they're using those touches. Luka's drawing defenders, making plays, and scoring, but he's doing it on 33% usage without wearing himself down. Reeves is picking his spots, driving the offense when Luka's off the ball or resting, and he's doing it with under 24% usage. Connect isn't using a huge chunk of possessions, But when he's called upon, his 18% usage shows he's ready to take and make shots without breaking rhythm. Their combined possession numbers tell an even clearer story. Luka and Reeves are combining for 143.9 possessions played per game, with Connect bringing that up to 185.3 when you put all three together. That's 185 possessions where they're creating shots, passing, or drawing fouls, and in Luka's case, controlling the tempo. And it's not empty usage. Luka's usage is translating into nearly 28 points per game. Reeves is putting up almost 20 points, and Connect is knocking down nearly 10. Those numbers add up fast, and the fact they're doing it efficiently makes it even harder to defend. Luka's usage puts him in the top tier of players who carry their team's offensive load. His 33.4% usage rate isn't just high, it's elite, and it's giving the Lakers one of the most dangerous creators in the league. Reeves' 23.7% usage complements Luka perfectly. He's not just a spot-up shooter. He's driving, drawing contact, and setting up teammates, all while keeping the offense steady. Connect's 18.3% usage is exactly what the Lakers need from him. He's picking his spots, staying aggressive, and converting on his opportunities without disrupting the flow. And when you compare them to the rest of the league, Luka's usage ranks higher than 98% of all players. Reeves ranks ahead of 82%, and Connect is still above 50%, despite being a rookie in a more limited role. That spread gives the Lakers versatility. Different players can take over at different times without losing efficiency. It's not just about who's using the most possessions, though. It's about how they're using them. Luka's balancing high usage with smart decision-making and elite scoring. Reeves is providing secondary creation while taking advantage of Luka's gravity. Connect's using his touches to keep the floor spaced and the offense moving. Together, their usage rates give them flexibility. Luka can be the primary option. Reeves can step in as the lead ball handler when needed, and Connect is the release valve who punishes defenses for overcommitting. It's a three-headed monster that's tough to contain, and their usage numbers show exactly why. Whether Luka is taking 20-plus shots, Reeves is driving into the lane or kicking out to open shooters, or Connect is spotting up and knocking down corner threes. They're all making plays that lead to points. Luka's 7.8 assists and 7.4 free throws drawn are a direct result of his usage. Reeves' 5.9 assists and 5 free throws are coming from his ability to attack closeouts and play within the flow of the offense. Connect's efficient shooting and minimal turnovers make him one of the best low-usage players in his role. Their actions, whether it's Luka's 20.7 shots, Reeves' 14, or Connect's 7.5, are all within the structure of what makes this team effective. Luka's usage is elite. Reeves is right there as a secondary option, and Connect is rounding out the trio with smart, efficient contributions. The way they've been playing, it's no surprise the Lakers are rolling right now. Luka's usage and production are driving the team's success. Reeves is giving them everything they need in a secondary creator, and Connect is doing his job with incredible efficiency. The advanced numbers say it all, and if they keep using possessions like this, they'll be tough for anyone to stop.